The office building stood tall and imposing against the night sky. John, a seasoned security guard, began his rounds. He was used to the quiet. The stillness was always a bit unsettling. It was his first week at this new site. John sat at the security desk in the lobby. He flipped through the security camera feeds. Everything seemed to be in order. He took a sip of his coffee, the warm liquid a comfort in the cold, quiet building. Little did he know this night was about to take a turn. A strange sound echoed from down the hallway. It was a soft thud like something falling to the floor. John immediately sat up, his senses on high alert. He grabbed his flashlight and headed towards the noise. He scanned the area carefully, his heart pounding in his chest. The hallway was empty. There was nothing out of place. John tried to dismiss it as his imagination. He told himself it was probably just the building settling. Over the next few nights, the noises continued. They seemed to be happening more frequently. There were soft whispers, the dragging of furniture, and the distinct click-clack of high heels on the marble floor. John felt a shiver run down his spine. This was no ordinary building. This was something more. Fear began to creep into John's mind. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He tried to rationalize the events, but deep down, he knew something wasn't right. John decided to confide in his boss. He explained the strange occurrences, the unsettling noises, his growing unease. His boss seemed unconvinced, attributing the sounds to old pipes and the imagination of a new employee. John left the office feeling deflated and more alone than ever. John knew he needed help. He needed someone to back him up, someone who would believe him. He decided to reach out to Mark, a coworker who had always been receptive to stories of the paranormal. "You're not messing with me, are you, John?" Mark asked, his eyebrows raised. "I'm serious, Mark," John insisted. "The noises, the feeling of being watched, it's all too real." Mark, always up for an adventure, agreed to help. They devised a plan to stake out the office one night. Armed with flashlights and walkie-talkies, they positioned themselves strategically throughout the building. The tension was palpable as they waited in the darkness, listening intently for any sign of the mysterious disturbances. Suddenly, the familiar click-clack of heels echoed down the hallway. John and Mark exchanged nervous glances. They cautiously approached the sound, their hearts pounding in unison. As they turned the corner, they stopped dead in their tracks, their blood running cold. There in the dim light was the ghostly figure of an elderly woman. She was dressed in a cleaning uniform, pushing a cart and humming softly to herself. It was the cleaning lady, Mrs. Henderson, who had recently passed away. She was still performing her nightly duties, even in death.